beforehand. But anyways, yeah, so those of you who can see this, you can read this. Those of you who can't see it, don't worry, I'm going to read it. These are just rules for the class. Number one is we're going to have our microphone off during class unless you have a question. So if you have a question, it's totally fine to use your microphone. Or if I say, like, call it out, or say, like, what do you think? You can call it out. But most of the time, we just want to have a microphone off because it can be kind of distracting for people if people are talking. And then also, it's such a small space, like even little tiny noises like eating or drinking, everyone can hear that. So we want to make sure that we're being respectful of everyone's educational environment. And then also, just if you have a question, I'd really appreciate it if you could raise your hand, just because there's a lot of you guys, and it's a lot harder for me if people are yelling out like, I have a question, or like running up the stage. So I'll try my best to be scanning the room so I can see you. You know, just be respectful. I never want to hear anyone say like, that's a dumb question, or no, that's not how you do it. That's silly. You know, we don't need to tear anyone down. We should always be building each other up and, you know, making sure that we're creating a positive environment. I don't think any of you guys have that problem, but nonetheless, it's good to say. And also, yes, used optimized avatars. Does anyone have any student avatars saved that I can have them run up here, and those of them?
I have a PSX avatar.
Whatever's good. So just people who need to change can copy. I have a sexy avatar. Yeah. So if somebody wants to copy these avatars here or here, if you're wearing a very poor avatar, so some people who need to change would be you, silver hand, front warp, and looks like
poor.
3 as well. If you could also change, that would be great. Just because I've been having a little bit more lagging issues with my computer lately. So I'm being a bit more of a stickler. Also, Caden, if you want to copy Caden. Any of these over here. Make sure you have your cloning on, my friends.
A not poor avatar.
Yeah, if you have your own not poor, then that's good too. But yes, so just to clarify once again, who cannot see mute your microphone with drawings? Raise your hand if you cannot. You cannot see this one. Okay, so that's just one person who cannot see this, very sadly. And then let's just see, when I go here, do you all see that change? Body movement now? Does anyone not see body movement?
I see.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just make sure to be speaking the vocabulary for those of you who cannot see them, so I'm sorry about the inconvenience. So I wanted to teach adjectives and describing people's appearances, which we can still do, but this is also really useful, which is more like verbs and actions. So we're just going to be going over this, and then we could also learn some descriptions. How does that sound to you guys? Yeah, okay. First up is run. Run, as in I'm running to the store. We're going to have 2 L hands like this, and then we're going to be interlocking our front, our pointer finger with our thumb like this, and then running. We're going to be kind of squeezing our pointer finger like this. Running so fast. Run. And then who can tell me what this sign means if I pull it back? Can anyone tell me what this means? Caden?
Follow.
Fast.
That's a good guess, but yes, it's fast. Fast. Yep. So look, going backwards is fast. Sorry?
I've just scrolled through my whole avatar list. Turns out I don't have any that are not poor. Where do I find these student avatars?
Caden, if you want to switch back into that one more time, yeah, you could copy these people right here. Or Caden. Or Merc. Yeah, any of these avatars here with the gray shirt. Thank you. Yeah, so pulling back is fast. And then kind of going forward is run. Perfect. Next is walk. walk. What do you do when you walk? You have your 2 feet and they're walking like this. So we're gonna have 2 open hands representing our feet and doing this motion to represent walking. Walking. But then check this out. If we there's another way to say walk, which is directional, or if you know what a classifier is, it's called classifier, which basically means it's like more embodied and more directional. You're showing the actual space. And this is using a pointer finger. So I'm going to have a pointer finger representing my person because this is my head and I'm standing tall. So pointer finger is person. And I could walk this way, or I can walk forward. I can walk towards this way. I could walk upstairs. I could walk downstairs. So this with a pointer finger representing going around, this is more spatial, directional. You're actually showing where I'm walking, or if I'm describing a corner, I could say, you know, they're walking around the corner. They walked this way, like this. I can show how they moved, the space that they moved, instead of just walk. And jump as well, jump. We can have our 2 legs. These are our 2 legs, because 1, 2, and then we're gonna be jumping off the floor. This is the floor. So we're jumping. Some people you might see people pull up like this and jump up. Or if you wanna say jump off, you can jump off of something, or jump down if you're jumping down to this area, but just jump in general is on your palm. And like I said, you might see some people pulling up at the end. It doesn't mean a different thing. It's just a different way to sign it. Either way is correct. And then similarly, fall, as in falling down, not autumn, fall. So just like jump, we have our 2 feet and we have our floor and we have ourselves standing, and then we fall over. We're starting standing and we fall over. Fall, or if you fall off. Fall off. Right? Could anyone tell me what this means if I do more of a sliding motion? Or you might see like this. Does anyone know what this means? Any guesses? Yeah? I think you might have said it. Yes, fail. 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 So it's important, it's more of a flop motion, like this. Flop, because like this. Fail. Fail. And, oops, lay down. Laying down. Very similarly, lay down. Lay down. So not flopping, it's different. They're already laying down. You might show your head resting. Lay down, like that. And it's really important with lay down that we're not gonna be moving. We're not moving, because when you're laying down, you're still, you're calm. And this is also a very different sign. Does anyone know what this means? If I'm shaking my hand like this, does anyone know what this sign means? Yeah? Yeah, this is seizure, seizure. So this is representing somebody shaking on the floor. So it's really important. Laying down is a calm, you're not moving, laying down, but then if you're moving, that's seizure because you're representing them shaking, right? So very small difference, but it's important. You don't want to mix those 2 up. Why don't you just calm down and have a seizure over there on the bed? What? No! Oh, sorry, I meant lay down. What about sit? Sit. Sit down. You have your 2 legs. Once again, 2 legs, and then we're gonna have another 2 representing a chair, and we're gonna show our 2 legs kind of dangling. Imagine like a bench. So we're gonna say sitting. Sitting, and you're actually gonna tap 2 times. 2 times. Sit. Sit. Because 1 time actually means chair. Chair. So that's the differentiation. Also context. Context. So chair versus sit. Sit. Chair. Similar to eat and food. Eat 2 times. Food 1 time. So chair and sit. And then stand. Stand. Do you remember how to sign fall? It's almost the same thing, except we're not falling. So we're just standing. Stand. Just stand. Stand. I've got my 2 feet, and I've got the floor underneath me, and I'm standing. Yes, Mark? So yeah, there are, like I said, eat is another good example. Eat and food are differentiating, but honestly, I know, like, as a teacher, I probably shouldn't say this, but like, if you're actually signing for a really long time and like actually interacting with a lot of deaf people, a lot of people are lazy signers, so they actually do interchange like sit and chair. You might notice some people like technically using it incorrectly, but that's just because it's faster to sign it once. And again, like I said, it's context. It's context. So you wouldn't say go chair down. You wouldn't say go chair over there. You're saying go sit. So it's like, because of the context surrounding it, you don't really need to do it 2 times. But like, as a teacher, it's better to teach you the like right way, in quotations, right way, so that way when you learn the rules, you know how to break them. Because like, you know, when you went to school for English, they didn't teach you like wanna go, they taught you want to go. But then as you grow older and interact more with native speakers, you say, oh, I want to go, you know. So it's sort of like that. So technically, if you read a dictionary, most of them are going to say always, 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 like chair and sit. But if I'm very honest with you, you don't really need to because of context. But yeah, eat is a good one that I can think about. Chair versus sit. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any, but I know there are other examples. But context is always going to be more important. Does that make sense? Cool. We did stand, and then kneel. Kneel is really similar. We're going to have our ground again and our 2 feet again, and we're just going to bend our fingers and represent your knees. Your knuckle becomes your knees like this. So if you don't have index or you don't have the ability to do that, you can start with a peace sign and then go down to a fist like this. So that's kind of representing the movement of it. But if you do have index or you're doing it in real life, you're just going to do 2 X fingers like that and then have it rested onto your palm. So either kneel or kneel. And just in general, move. Actually, Merc, can I have you show your flat O hands? So Merc's going to show you here. This is a 2 flat O's. I call them Mamma Mia hands because it looks like what you do when you're like, Mamma Mia. Yeah, okay. So if you don't have fancy hands like that, you're just going to do fists. But in real life, or if you have fancy hands, move is like this. Yep. Move, either back and forth or just once. Move. So in real life, you want to be doing that hand shape right there called a flat O. See, it kind of looks like a hand puppet. Thank you. I'll get those on my hands one day, and I don't have to pull you up anymore. Or I can just get pictures. I want to get pictures so I can point to it and say, like, this is flat O. This is whatever. I think that would work too. But yeah, so in VR though, we're gonna just use fists, and it's move. And this is also the same if you want to say move houses. If you're saying I'm moving my house, I'm moving out. Or you can just say movement. I can see movement. I can see you moving. You know, anything like that. So one time or back and forth. Both is fine. But then similarly, if I sign this with a B hand, B, like this, can anyone tell me what that means? With a B hand. 3? Yes. Behave or behavior. Behave. Behave. So with a B hand, B for behave, this is different. So make sure move is with that Mamma Mia hand shape. Move. Behave is with a B hand shape. Behave. Yep. And then this one's a little bit more silly, but in slang, vibe is also with a V hand. V for vibe. Just vibing. And also similarly, chill or chilling is with a C hand. You're chilling with a C hand. Or like this, yes. I've always signed it like this though. So vibe, chill, behavior, move, all very similar, but with different hand shapes. Cool. And then dance, super similar to standing and such. You're gonna have your 2 feet again and your floor, and then you're gonna be dancing. You're showing yourself going back and forth. Dance, dance, dance. Nice. Oh, here we go. So then this is expanding a bit more on classifiers here. This is actually, do you remember how I talked about how walking has 2 signs? You could either use a person walking, or you can use your feet like this. So that's called a classifier. And what a classifier is it's using these different hand shapes here to represent different things. So you can see these are all the names of the hand shapes. You have a claw, you have a C hand, you have a pointer finger. So remember what I said? This is not only people, so this is people, my pointer finger, but it's also anything long. So if I'm saying I can see over there, we have flag poles, we have flags over there. I can say I saw the flag pole on the floor standing up like this. I saw it over there. So you're using the space around you, you're showing the space. You're saying it's not just over there, you're actually showing where it is. So I'm standing here and I could see over there is the flagpole. You're using your body, this is called your sign space around you. This is your sign space. You're using your sign space to paint a picture of where things are. And then claw hand shapes, which is a bit hard to do in VR, but you can just do a relaxed hand. Right? But in real life, do you see how they're kind of, the fingers are spread out more? It's like you're doing a claw, right? So this is going to represent a lot of things, So, you know, like they're using the example, yeah, a pile of things, laundry, or a crowd of people. You could say the crowd of people is walking around because each of these fingers represents a thing, right? Oh yeah, if you want to talk about multiple things, so 2 things are walking, or you could say 3 things. 3 things walking, 2 things walking, 4 things walking, whatever. And then C, this one, see, this is round things. So if I want to say, where's my cup? I put my cup right here, I put my cup here. I put my cup up on the counter up here. And then our flat hand is representing flat things, right? So I put my cup up on the counter, which is flat. Does that make sense? Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's also thumbs up, which can represent things. So if I want to just say like, where's my sandwich? I can say I put it right there. Thumbs up is putting it on something. So I put my sandwich over on that, right? Yeah. Oh, and then last one is X hand also represents like somebody crouched down. So if I snuck underneath a clearing, you know, you're crouched down, you're showing the bent finger like this. And a 3 hand, which is, oh, they don't have that. Oh, top one. So you have 2 fingers and then your thumb as well. That represents cars and animals. So if you're describing, here's cars, and then he pulled up in front of me and then he cut me off, right? You could actually show it with your hands what happened. Or if you're describing, here's me running and then a dog was chasing after me, I had to run. You're actually showing what happened. And then I jumped and the dog, he couldn't, so the dog was watching me, right? And if you don't have index, you could just use a peace sign on the side like this. Yeah. So now we know how to describe space. We know how to describe space and area around us. So we also can do what I originally wanted to do, which is descriptions. So we can say somebody is tall, or somebody is short, somebody has long hair or short hair, if we're in VR, we can say that they have animal ears. We can also talk about clothing that they're wearing. Some examples of clothing would be long sleeve, short sleeve, a skirt or pants, and a hood or a hat. Let's start with that for now. Okay, well, yeah, so let's look at these beautiful people, for example. Okay, so they look like kids. They look young. Oh, yeah, wait, that's another good one. Young and old. Young and old. They look young, so they're probably short, right? So they're not tall. They're not tall. So if somebody says, well, what do they look like? What do they look like? They're not tall. This is tall. This is like a wall, and you're showing how tall they are. They're going up, how tall they are. You might also see somebody do tall like this, because they're above you. They're tall. But this is a bit more old school, I guess. So tall. But they're not tall, so you could say not tall. They're not tall if they're not. They are short. They're short. They're short. You can just show how short they are. They're short. They're not tall. They're short. Okay? These kids, they're not old. They are not old. Old is you're showing your beard, your old, long, old man beard coming from your chin. You're pulling down. Right? So these kids, they aren't old. What are they? They're young. Young. You're going to have two relaxed hands coming up on your chest like this. Young, because young people are so free-spirited and young. I guess that's why. Young. So these kids, they are short. They are young. And let's see. It doesn't look like they might have long hair or short hair. So look at this haircut here. That's very short hair. So you're going to say if you're saying they have hair really short. They have short hair. They have short hair. So this is hair if you're just talking about hair in general. But you can show how long is their hair. So see how long my hair is. I have very long hair. If you're describing me, you say you have hair about to here. That's how long my hair is. My avatar has it about here. Or if I had hair to here, you literally show it. They have hair to about here. Or they have hair about here. They have really short hair. Really short hair. This girl, she has two buns. She has two buns, so you can show that. Her hair, she's got two buns. You kind of show, or like the curliness of it. She's got two buns on her hair, like this. You could also describe the color. She has black hair. This guy looks like brown hair. Sorry, not blue, brown. Yeah?
Going back to young really quick, whereabouts on the chest do you do that sign?
This is like, I'm trying to think of good. So like it's like below the collarbone, above the nipple. I'm not sure what that area right here. Does that have a name?
Like happy? Like I think it might be.
Is this pectoral? So the difference between happy is happy, I'm gonna have full open hands, and it's the palm of my hand is gonna be on my chest. So the palm is what's touching. Like this. With young, it's the tips of my fingers that are touching. So I'm making a C hand, kind of, and then I'm touching the tips of my fingers going up like this. I'm not sure if this area has a name. I think pectoral, but it's right below my collarbone area. Does that make sense?
Okay, sure.
Merc? I sometimes see... Yeah, that's good too. Yep. It's either like a flat B hand, which is what that's called, or like a C hand. Either's fine. Did you have a question, Alio R? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, sorry.
I was just going to say you can call the center of the chest the diaphragm.
Yeah, isn't diaphragm kind of like all of this area, though? Does diaphragm exceed this area?
pretty much the center of your chest.
Just right here. Okay.
Pretty much.
Diaphragm. That's useful. I also feel like my tracking isn't quite right here.
I would say the diaphragm would be underneath the lungs, so it'd be like lower than nipples, but upper.
I thought
above,
diaphragm
the
is
belly
like
button.
this. Well, here, I'll just draw a little...
I'm
middle of the rib cage.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the diaphragm muscle
Belly
that
button.
helps with the breathing.
So here's the collarbones. It's like right here.
That'd be
That's
the
where you're gonna be
diaphragm,
signing
that
it.
middle line. That middle line you
Sure.
put.
Yeah. So you don't want to go where your what's this bone called? We're doing an anatomy lesson now. This bone.
Like
The
the
rib.
rib cage, bottom of the rib cage.
The bottom of the rib cage? Okay, so you don't want to go here. It's here. There we go. It's above the nipples. It's a man body. It's okay. We can show this. Here. It kind of looks like a face. It
A very unhappy face.
That's a sad
I'm cracking myself up. Oh, that's so good.
Everything.
Have you seen that
Okay.
episode of Adam Ruins Everything, where he's talking about like the pills and stuff?
No, that's good. I want to get a tattoo of that. Okay, okay. So young, old, and then yes, when we're describing hair. Whoa! Did somebody just throw something? Oh, it was an emoji. I was like, what was that? So when we're describing hair, we can actually show the length. So short hair, long hair, about to here. Okay. And then if we're talking about people in VR, a lot of people have animal ears. So you can describe if they have animal ears like this, animal ears. You could say cat ears if they have cat ears. Maybe saying bunny ears. If they have horns, you can, let's say they have horns that kind of wrap around to the front like this. You can show the shape of the horns like that. Or you could say horns. They have horns that come this way. They have maybe horns that go out. So you can describe what their top of the head looks like. So clothing in general, let's kind of do detail here. So long sleeve, very similar to long hair. I'm just going to show the length of my sleeve like this. The length, so this is an open hand. And I'm just going to show the length of my sleeve. My sleeve ends about here. Well, short sleeve ends here. So it kind of looks like I'm sawing where it ends. So short sleeve, long sleeve, and skirt. Couldn't read my own handwriting. Skirt. We're going to be coming out from our hip. This is where the skirt starts. Here, we'll draw a skirt on our very angry man. So skirt starts at the hip. So we're starting here at the hip and going out, right? But dress, if you want to say dress, it doesn't start from the hip. It starts up here. A dress comes from the top of you. So dress is going to come like this. So dress all the way out. Skirt like this. That's the difference. So dress, skirt. And then if you also want to say how long, so you could say skirt. You could say the skirt ends about here. You could show where it ends. You could say skirt, it's pretty low, it ends about here. You can show where it ends, right? Same with a dress. Similarly, pants or shorts. So if I want to say shorts, so I'm wearing shorts right now. I could show where my shorts end. This is shorts. Similar to short sleeve, shorts. But then pants is like pants. Pants. Gonna have two C hands. Pants. Pants. Good. And then hood. This is so easy. Come on, show me how you think you sign hood. How do you think you sign hood? Yep, you got it. Hood. Show you pulling up your hood. Yep, same as hoodie, if you want to say hoodie. Hood. And hat. This is also really easy. Hat. Just top your head. That's beanie. If you're pulled down like this is beanie. Beanie. But if you're just topping at the top of your head, that's hat. So good guess. Hat, beanie, different. Hat. right? So if I were to describe these kids, again, so let's say they're young, they're short, they have short hair, and I can see she's wearing a t-shirt. She's wearing a t-shirt, and it looks like she's got a skirt. She's got a skirt. And then he is wearing a t-shirt, but he's got long pants. Pants. Or, oh yes, thank you, Alana. You could also sign pants like this. There's two signs. So I've always signed pants like this, but there's also pants, which I think looks a little bit more like a dance. Like you like pants, pants. I got my pants. Yeah, so that's a little bit more fun. Let's do a quick review. So we'll go through these. Let's actually go through these. So do you remember how to sign walk, not the classifier, just normal good old walk with your feet? There you go. That's it. So the classifier walk is like this. Not classifier walk is like this. Yep. Then let's do fall. I fell down. Falling. Fall. Fell. Yep. Fall. Or fell. Or fall off. Fall off. And stand. Stand. Yep. Stand. Oops. Stand. And move. I'm moving. I'm moving and grooving. Yes. Move. Move, 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 move. Yeah. Okay. What about tall? Tall. They look tall. They're very tall. Yes. Either tall or tall. Tall. Okay. What about animal ears? They have animal ears. Animal ears. Okay. Animal ears. Good. And they have a long sleeve on. They have a long sleeve. Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah. Good. Just make sure it's not the palm on, we're not doing this. Make sure you're using the side of your hand. So the side with your pinky here, that's what's going to be brushing against it. Because if you have a palm and you're going up like this means slow. Slow. So we're not going to be using our palm on it. Make sure it's kind of like a chopping motion. Like this. And the same thing with short sleeve. Short sleeve. Yes. Short sleeve. Got a short sleeve. And it's also, you know how there's kind of like those half sleeves? So if you were to describe a half sleeve, you could say the shirt goes about here. Or if it ends in the middle, you could say it goes about right here. You could be really specific. You can show where it ends on your arm. And hat. Hat. Yeah, hat. Nice. Hat. Good. So in the lesson I actually had with this, the one that I had planned, I had like pre-drawn people, but I'm just going to draw one here. I'm actually a good artist, but don't judge me. I'm doing this very quickly. Okay, there we go. And that's a tree. That's a tree. Okay. Okay, what does she look like? Describe, what's her hair? What does her hair look like? Yes. Oh, okay. She's got long hair. Long hair. Whereabouts does it end? Ends about right here. She's got long hair to about right here. Let's see, does she have anything else on her head? Anything kind of, oh, okay, animal ears. Yes. She's got animal ears. That's horns. Yeah, animal ears. Animal ears, okay. What's she wearing? What is she wearing? Oh, she's wearing a dress. A dress. She has a dress on. If you could get that from my artistry. Okay, is she short? Does she look short? No. Oh, she's not short. She's tall. She's tall. Good. She's super tall. Super tall. And okay, cool. Anything else? Nothing else. Okay, cool. You got it. You got it. So that's so important because if you're telling a story, you also want to describe what somebody looks like. Or if you're telling somebody, oh, I made a new friend, you maybe want to describe what their avatar looks like or whatever. You can say tall, short. Yeah. Any questions? Doesn't have to be about what I just taught. Could be about anything at all. Yes. Skinny. Skinny. Yes. So skinny or thin, you're going to have two pinkies, because pinkies are like your thinnest finger, and you're going to go kind of horizontal and then go up, like this skinny. Yeah, if you don't have index, you could do your rock and roll finger, like this. Like this. So skinny. And then on the contrary, if you want to say fat, it's kind of what you imagine. You're going to have your hands on your tummy and show outwards how big you are. Not forward, because this is pregnant. Pregnant. So you're showing the sides of the tummy. So if you want to just say overweight or chubby, excuse me, you go outwards, because this is pregnant. You don't want to tell somebody you're pregnant. That might be a little bit of a misunderstanding. So yeah, skinny. That's a good one. I should have added that. Anything else? Or like I said, it doesn't have to be about what I taught. Yeah.
If someone were to by chance be trying to describe, my avatar having a silver arm, how would they do that?
So there is sign for silver. If you've ever seen or met somebody or might have one yourself, some people get silver fillings in their teeth when they have cavities. So think about that. You're going to be having a pointer finger and you're going to be pointing in your cheek. Actually, in real life, you want to be pointing, like touching your cheek, and it's as if you're pointing to a cavity. And then you're going to go out and shake an S hand, because S is silver. S is a fist with your thumb in front. But in VR, we can't really do that. So starting pointing at your teeth as if you have a filling, and then coming out and shaking an S. So you could say silver, and then you could actually show like the prosthetic like this. So the prosthetic is about here down. So you could say you have a silver arm, and the sign for arm is just like this. This is arm. So you can specifically show where it is. So you just say silver and then arm. Or you could say machine. This is machine. You have your fingers kind of interlocked, showing like the cogs of the machine moving. Or a robot is like moving like a robot. You can say robot arm, machine arm, whatever. Yeah, do the robot. Good question. Did I see somebody? Yeah. Tattoo. Ooh, good question. Super, super easy. Like silly easy. Literally just point. Literally just point to your arm. Tattoo. And if you have a tattoo on a specific place, you could say tattoo. It's literally pointing. It's silly. Like, I think we should maybe make a new sign, because it's so silly. Just like tattoo. Yeah. So if you don't have a specific tattoo, it's pointing to this area on your forearm. But if you have a tattoo, you're going to be pointing tattoo, wherever it is. Yeah. Isn't that funny? It's literally like, I can't think of a sign. Let's just point. Any other questions? Yeah, 3. Oh, sorry. Can you come? Oh, prosthetic. Yeah, prosthetic I've seen, like, because amputee is showing the cut. Oh, sorry. Start one more time. POGR. Progress. Oh, you mean improve? Do you mean improve? Progress is, okay, so improve, if you're talking about improve, it's more like steps, like this. So you're showing each step you're taking, you're going up, always up your arm, because when you're improving, you're going upwards, never down. And if you're really improving, you could also say improve. This is like, you've exponentially improved. You're showing how much. Very big, but just in general, improve. So the main difference is it's always up, never down. And it's also context, of course. But yeah, little baby steps or one big step. But similarly, it is on that pinky side. So it's not like this. It's like you're chopping. But yeah, progress is taking one step at a time. Progress, like this. But they can be used interchangeably. So Yeah, that's a good question. I should remember that for next time. Any other questions at all? Yeah. Hi, R-L. Oh, wait, H-I-R-L? Oh, G, girl. Girl. And boy, I assume. Boy. Yeah, that's a really good one. Like, if we were describing these two again, we want to say one's a girl, one's a boy. So, the sign for girl is you're going to have a thumbs up, and then you're going to drag across the side of your cheek like this with your thumb. The reason is back in the old days when girls used to wear little bonnets, I guess some people still do, but you know, back in the day when all girls wore bonnets, they'd have like the string that ties the bonnet and it'd press against their cheek. So you're showing, imagine a bonnet ribbon pressing against their cheek, so girl. And then boy, you're going to start with an open hand and go down to that same hand shape Mark used before, which is the flat O hand. But in VR, we can do fist. And this is like grabbing a baseball cap. Because everyone knows girls wear bonnets and boys wear baseball caps. So, you know, if we're really boiling it down, but boy is like grabbing a baseball cap, girl. And then if you just want to say person, it's like this, person. Like you're showing the outline of your body, person. So if you don't want to gender who it is, girl, boy. And then also similarly, woman is like this. So hand out and then to our chest, woman. And man is up here, man. So gender is always going to be male higher and then female lower, because typically men are usually taller than female. Women, men, women, female. I sound like an incel. Any other questions? Like I said, about anything at all? Cool. Awesome. You guys ready to take a picture? So for today's picture, I want to try something a little different. Can I have you